Where's Lauren?
Still in Byron.
Hey!
Changes.
Yes! You made it, guys. Well done.
Why are you here now?
They can't learn anything from this experiment, apparently. The experts can't teach them anything, so why bother?
It's actually got nothing to do with the experts. It's more about you.
Well, that's what you said, though.
With us. So what's wrong with us?
We should have brought some little zoo feeding pellets to keep them quiet.
So, Lauren, what happened on retreat?
Basically, I just got attacked by Athena, Jamie, and Beth at girls' night. Like, I do feel shut down a lot of the time in a group dynamic, especially when that lady keeps flapping her mouth constantly.
So, being rude to us?
Shut up, Jamie, for God's sake.
Shut
By the time
What?
And when we've tried to remove ourselves in social situations, it's created more drama and more psycho behaviour, like psycho behaviour. And honestly, their behaviour at social settings is boganic. It is bogan behaviour. Classless, it's like it's just lacking class, I would say. I do feel like the behaviour at dinner parties, which is usually led by the four of you in the corner there, is boganic behaviour.
Now, Lauren, I've got an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Because you've thrown some words around tonight. Psycho, animals.
Mm-hmm.
I don't associate with this type of person. You talk as though you're above them and they're way below you. Do you think you're better than them? Because that's what you're saying to them.
I feel...
Organic behaviour is essentially, you got no class. I don't have time for you peasants. And I'm challenging you, I'm saying to you, is this how you feel?
At the dinner parties and at the couples retreat, I definitely do feel like I would not behave the way that they behave in social situations. So for that reason, yes, I do feel like my behaviour is better. And I feel like I get taken the wrong way a lot of the time, and then like people get their back up and then I react.
Why do they get their back up?
Probably because they think that I'm being rude or that I don't like them, when it's really just the case that I am shy. I am very closed off to begin with.
No, this time I've got to jump in. There is a clear difference between being shy and being rude or being disrespectful. I think you're giving yourself a little bit too much credit here.
Get it.
Personality-wise, because what we're seeing in terms of the pattern that you're displaying here is rudeness, Lauren. You know, John asked you earlier if you see yourself as above the rest of the group. Well, certainly as outsiders observing you, even just your non-verbal communication, we would say that it's a resounding yes.
But I think that's the problem, though, that is how I'm perceived.
That's
but that's
your
not.
problem.
It is my problem, yes.
Yep.
I'm just thinking about the fact that I have to actively loan my husband out to Athena when Paul has history with her twin sister. It's just weird.
What the hell is that, man?
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, how are you? Sorry, Karen, just there.
Hi. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Have you been crying?
Yeah, I just don't like this.
Corinna's feeling very uncomfortable with the whole thing. Corinna and I were just having a chat about it, and then, next minute Cleo walked in. It was very awkward. I kind of like didn't know where to stand there. I was like, oh.
You just said Cleo walked in.
No. I feel like she is a bit of a snob sometimes and can come across as very judgy. And I'll be honest with you, this is giving me the ick. Now, when I told Corinna the reason why I knew you, she made a comment about Cleo. Oh, I didn't know you would go for that kind of caliber. Yeah.
Wow.
Is Elliot your type?
Like in terms of like a relationship that I would want to be in is probably like you and Jeff. I can see that like you guys are considering your partner's needs. Elliot wouldn't even know because he's not interested.
That's nice of you to say though. That's good. That's cool.
Unfortunately, Elliot's not able to reach in and talk about things that are like a little bit more important or vulnerable, and therefore communication with Elliot is far more difficult. I honestly feel like I've had more conversation with you than I have with him in the whole time I've known him. Yeah, I do feel like I probably would have been a better match with Dave. But I'd also be a better match with probably almost every person on this floor. Like, I have PTSD from this paper.
I have not been a fully sexually expressive person throughout my life. And I think you need to understand that people's sexual lives are different and people will get in their heads, and it's not easy for some people to express it like it is for you.
I'm questioning the feelings part, which I think unfair to question.
I think that's really confronting for me to hear, that's all.
I'm questioning it. Like, I need to know. Maybe, like, that's something, maybe it is because you're not feeling, and that's why, you know, the sex thing's an issue, or, you know, like you, in your vows, you're like, I'm gonna buy you flowers, and like maybe that's why you don't do those stuff, because you don't have those feelings for me. And that's okay, you just need to tell me.
I do. I really do care about you, really
You can care about me all you want, but those feelings, I'm not saying it has to be love, but that desire to be with me in that way. And that's why I'm like, is that why we're not having sex? Like, those feelings just aren't there.
I think that's really, really terrible thing to say to me. Like, I think that...
I'm asking you.
Yeah, but I think that's a terrible thing to say.
You're telling me that, like, this is the best it gets with you. Like, you're just never going to have that desire.
Pretty much.
I feel like it'd make more sense to me if there was a feeling disconnect. I looked at Adrian, I'm like, I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me. Can you help it make sense?
Because I'm so much more deep, I feel like sex and all those things are connected to all those feelings as well.
So then you're saying we don't have that much sex because you're not right in your feels.
I'm not there yet. You're in a different spot to who I am. So you said you loved me 6 weeks into this. I'm not there. I'm not there.
So
I'm not there.
Are we having a lack of sex because you're not in the love stage?
I feel like there was...
Yes or no?
Yes.
This is the first time in this experiment I've questioned whether Dave and I will work. Okay. Excellent.
I didn't see any of that coming from Paul, and if anyone's sweeping things under the rug, he clearly is, because he hasn't brought any of those things up to me.
I've got a few examples of things that have sort of, you know, made me feel a bit weird. So there was an example when, you know, like I wanted to take you for lunch. You check out the place and the place looked too dated and you seemed to be put off by it. And I remember thinking, like, why does it matter? Or even that comment that you made when I told you the reason why I knew a feeder. I told you about Cleo, and then you said to me that you were surprised that I would go for that kind of caliber. Yeah, so I feel like she's a bit of a... Sorry, where am I? Yeah, I feel like she... I feel like she's sometimes... I feel like she's, and she can come across as very judgy.
Paul.
Yeah.
As you read your letter, were there any parts that you left out?
That I've what?
That you left out?
Huh?
There were no words of your letter that you left out?
No, genuinely. What? Did I miss anything?
How you feeling?
Fantastic.
Oh, good. Yeah, I guess I just want to say last night there was, I don't know, you did speak to me, like probably the worst you spoke to me is throughout this experiment. You said some things to me that hurt me last night as well.
You came in last night wanting to keep me.
Yeah.
Wanting to fight for me. Fight for me, homeboy. Fight for me.
Well, it just seems like it's not happening. Like I'm.
You haven't even tried one day, Dave.
This is conversation. You don't understand where I'm coming from. It's hard for me to express that.
I'm
How
not
many times?
asking you to, but when you tell me last night that you're going to prove it to me and then you come in and cast problems onto me, like, what are we doing here? Why'd you give me some excuse last night that you're gonna, that you know,
I do care about you, Jamie.
That you care, you're telling the table you care and you want to fight for us. What was that, just to look like a hero for a minute? Stop with me because my feelings are real and it's not fair. This is it?
I guess so.
Jesus Christ. I knew it. I knew he was lying to me last night. I knew it. Don't pull me aside and tell me you're going to show up for me if you can't even get through the first morning. I'm not writing stay tonight. There is no chance. He's an absolute liar. We are now a team of 3, understood? I don't need that psycho.
I mean, hearing all these things from his letter was the last thing I was expecting from him. I felt like I just had like a punch to the heart. Now I'm definitely got my guard up. I feel like I can't fully trust him right now.
Paul, why did you feel it was important for you to tell Rafina that Karina at some point had made a comment about Rafina's sister?
Again, she was being very judgy of situations or people, so I just wanted to have Rafina's, point of view, because I guess that was the whole point of the task, to have someone else's...
Well, yes, but if you had a bunch of different examples over the last couple of months, why choose that one?
I just got caught up in the task. The task was said, we'll just raise concerns. I just wrote stuff.
Did you consider Rafina's feelings about that, how she might feel?
Well, because they were a concern, so I just wanted to...
Why did you tell Rafina that at all? Do you realize the gravity of that choice?
I thought that task was to raise concerns, and I just feel like not a single one of them were even either taken seriously or even slightly validated.
Paul, I've got to jump in and support Alessandra here, because essentially you're really missing the point and you're lacking emotional intelligence. You're not reading the room.